So the 49ers ended up selecting Trey Lance out of North Dakota State. And, to me, this was one of the most surprising moves in the first round, because I really thought that Mac Jones to the 49ers was a lock. There was a report that came out a few days ago that, they had narrowed it down between Trey Lance and Mac Jones. But, I really thought they were taking Mac Jones. The 49ers, they were in the Super Bowl literally a year before last, and they're in a really competitive division, one of the best in football, the NFC West. You have the Cardinals, the Rams, and the Seahawks, and you can make an argument that to a certain extent, both or I should say all three, look ready to compete and maybe even better next year. So, I was thinking that they would take someone who's durable, the most pro ready. Mac Jones played at Alabama. He processes information well. He played against really good defenses, and he's really smart with the ball. He has good decision making. So I really think that I really thought that they would have picked him because he's the most pro ready, but they ended up going with Trey Lance, and I think that he might have the biggest ceiling in this whole entire draft. I think he has probably the best arm, up there with Zach Wilson, and his scrambling ability, his ability to make throws on the run, and just be able to create yardage with his legs. And I think overall as a prospect, he's someone that if he gets the right training, he gets some time, and he has a lot of work put into him, and that you build a team around him, he could have great success. But I really think that this is going to take time. This is a project that it's kind of why I didn't think that the 49ers were going to go with him. This is a project, he's really raw, he's inexperienced, he's only played 17 games. He showed a lot of great, a lot of great ability in those games, but, he just hasn't played that much. He only's, thrown like 350, 400 passes. So this is a project, he is raw. His ball placement needs a little bit of work, but I think the 49ers made the right move in the end. When you're in a division with Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, and Matt Stafford, you don't need a Mac Jones. Because even though he might help you win right now, in the long term, you really need a guy that's going to compete consistently and is going to go toe and toe with those guys. And I just didn't see that with Mac Jones. This is a decision I would have made, but I just thought that the 49ers would have picked Mac Jones, just because they're trying to win now. But they're taking a project, and I actually don't think he will start this year. And if he does, maybe it's due to injury, or just because Jimmy G is not playing that good at the end of the season. But when Jimmy G is healthy, he's proved that he could be a viable starter. He got them to the Super Bowl, and just the problem is his health. So if he is healthy, I do anticipate him being on the roster. There's reports he could trade him, they could cut him. I really don't buy that. Trey Lance is not ready to start yet. He needs a lot of work. So Jimmy G will definitely be the starter going into the season. And, unless an injury happens, or unless, Jimmy Garoppolo is just not playing that good, I expect him to start this whole season, which will be really good for Trey Lance. It will give him a lot of time to get some reps in, to learn the offense and just get his feet wet, get comfortable. So in the long term, this is a great move. And, I was just really shocked. But, it's just going to, it just makes me wonder, what is Trey Lance going to be like in the next few years? Is he going to be like a Josh Allen, where, a lot of people, they have these questions. He goes to a small school, big arm. Is he going to be one of these guys, or is he going to bust? But, I guess we're just going to have to see.